Hello everybody! Yeah, it's been a while, and yeah, I can get to it right away. I will sell my Helix and proceed into other uncharted territory, for me at least. And yeah, the main reason for this is because I play in a local band. It's nothing serious really, and we just meet once a week in a room, and you know, I feel like we use some really bare bone stuff, like a basic rhythm tone, a lead, and I just actually going into the territory of tube amps now. But I will combine it with effects and some things, and yeah, I will post something when I have something to show you. But yeah, the Helix had to go, and as a father, I'm in a place where I need to prioritize a bit, and yeah, felt like I know the Helix very well by now, and I love it and everything it can do, so I mean, I wouldn't mind keeping it, but yeah, it's just the way things are. But I thought I wanted to share some of the presets I've made that I haven't yet shared, and yeah, you can see it here already, but it's a DualGtrLMCab, and this is, yeah, when you have two guitar players and you want to just share the Helix and have some pretty good and versatile tones. And this one I actually use in stomp mode, but I have toggled some different functions here using the stomps. So let's say here we use the rhythm and lead tone, then we route it 100% left here, and then we have a parallel path here for the acoustic sim to do a clean. And then we also have the effects here, so they are toggled with that lead plus FX that will activate the post effects here, and when we go clean we can route it this way. So we have yeah, a total of 4 combinations that we can use. We can have a clean and clean with effects, and then the rhythm tone and lead tone. And I think also we changed some parameters here on the drive when we use the lead path, so it will be a more screaming tone, and it also uses yeah, change the position and distance here on the microphone as well for the different tones. So yeah, I think I managed to utilize everything pretty good here, and there's also a wah on each block here that is controlled. It's let's see how I set it up, but here we had the weight. So if we just move it, it will activate, and then if I don't move it for 1 second, it will just disable. So when we leave it at 100% position, it will, yeah, that's what it is. I've done this patch like a long time ago, but then I used some impulse responses, but then I adapted it now to use cabs, so it's easier for everyone to use. And actually, I really enjoy the new cabs here, and I think they sound more like full in some way. The impulse responses I've done, they are more like to use in a mix, so they're not necessarily the most fun impulse responses to play to. But and if I use EXP2, it will start yeah, using the wah on a second channel. So no matter who wants to be Kirk Hammett in the song you play, you can just toggle it easily. And I can also mention I use the return 1 as input for the second guitar, because this one is like 1 mega ohm input, but the auxiliary in is not. So I found it is a better tone to use the return 1. And yeah, let me go through what it sounds like. We have the rhythm tone here. It's so I mean, you have the Das Benzin lead and the Horizon drive. You can't go wrong with those, I think. And let's see here, if we activate the lead. Yeah. Increase the drive a bit and add some post effects, and then if we click to the clean path, but we can keep the effects on, so we have the acoustic simulation. Not perfectly tuned, but who cares? And there's also a switch to, depending on what playback system you use, you might want to split so the one guitar is heard more in the left and right channel, and we have a side pan switch for that. And you can see here, for example, no, both are centered, but if I hit that side pan switch, this one will go 30% to the left and that one 30% to the right. So it can be pretty good to get some stereo separation if that is desired. And the other preset I'm gonna share is the exact same, but with the difference that even in the rhythm tone or the effects off, we still have a little bit of dimension chorus to get that perfect 1986. I love it. And if we hit the effects, we just increase the mix a little more from 19 to 23. So it's pretty much identical, and wah and yeah, returns and everything, so it's there. And then in the rare occasion that you might need to have two guitars that you pitch shift, I also managed to find a solution for that, and this is a little bit special. I also wanted to utilize, this, I cannot have a parallel path with the stuff here because this really maxed out the DSP. You see, if I click here, there's literally nothing I can add. So it's really maxed out. And same here, guitar and return one for the single chains. And then I thought that this could be a preset also used for just recording multiple things at once. And we know that the USB channel 7 and 8 could be for the guitar in, DI, and the microphone. But the return one doesn't have a designated recording channel, so we could use this one here to USB 6, since we pan it 100% right, and the DI from return 2 could be used for a bass, for example, pan 100% left. So that's a more like recording technical stuff. And it has the same basic setups here, but this was the only effect I managed to put in, so it was like a crisscross delay here that I think could get sort of a, yeah, it has some modulation settings here, so I think it pretty much gave a feeling of a chorus and reverb to it also. And yeah, so I put these blocks together here, and the only amp that could you know, fit the DSP that was for metal, of course. It was the Line6 Customtone, and this is not an amp that I've really used much before, so yeah, I tried to tweak it a bit, at least make it work decent. And of course, the main thing with this patch is that we have the poly capo here on both channels. So if we go out to the snapshot mode, then I made some different snapshots for different tunings. So I have yeah, the no shift, and then -1, -2, -5, -7, and -12, and then I did some blended also. So let's see, just a standard chug tone here. It's pretty good response in the badonk, I think. And then we can, and then same but with -1. It sounds terrible when I hear the actual guitar signal here through the air also, but let's go. And this -5, it would correspond pretty much to a 7 string if you have it in B in standard tuning. So, and yeah, I think this guitar is tuned to E flat now also, so it's when I'm -7. Starts to get pretty low, and the whole octave. Yeah, I really don't play any gent, but can get pretty close, I think. And then I just had 2 other snapshots that I made called, yeah, so this is Toxicity, and it has the higher octave, but the mix is to 40%, so you can get sort of like I don't even know how to play it, but yeah, that's the mix you can use. And then I have one that's called CKY, really great band. So I think this one gives a very similar tone to them also. You have the lower octave and the mix set to 40%, and yeah, it just it's nice. Long time since I played that song, but that's the idea of the tones at least. And for this one there was no like DSP to accommodate any clean, so I tried to do what I call breakup clean, and then I disengaged the dist and let's see, change some parameters on the amp also, but I couldn't make a good clean there really, and there was not so much I could use to amplify it later. And yeah, and then for the expression pedals, let's see here, if I take the expression 1, we see that we change some parameters here on the amp, and we make like 2 completely different tones. And the idea here was to make let's take a rhythm down. It's more almost only the treble, so you can make an intro where you start with something and then just blast it when you hit expression, if you ever need to do that. And yeah, that also affects the second channel, so that's about it. And then so with expression 2, yeah, it's the level of the drive here. Yeah, so it controls that, so you can make some kind of swells and some semi-clean tones, and that's about it. And next patch I have to show you is actually a bass patch. So in terms of bass, if you've seen my videos, it's not a secret that I'm a big fan of Iron Maiden. So of course Steve Harris is a big, you know, role model for how a good bass should sound. And also later I started to appreciate bands like Tool a lot. With I can't put any word on what the bass tone is like, but I wanted to make something that sort of resonated with both of their styles. So the thing I did to make, let's take a few notes first. So what I do here is I have the Agua sledge, and then I split the signal here with the crossover. So everything above 2 kHz proceeds here, and everything below goes in this lower line where like the bass register gets some compression and retro reel. So this would be a completely ridiculous setup to do in real life, but we can do it in the Helix, and that's fun. Nothing here to mix. And for the treble, I add you see here 2.5 dB boost on 2.3 kHz to give that sort of articulated Steve Harris tone. And I'm playing on a Squier jazz bass now, so it's probably not very accurate, but I liked it. I think it's pretty good. And I use this trick here to put a kinky boost in front of the cab. I think it made it more clear somehow. And yeah, a little bit of post effects here. So a very chorusy thing, and this is maybe something that when the bass plays some solo or something, we can really get a very rich sound. time dialing, but I have a stomp here that I've named Crunch, so it just increases the gain a bit on the amp, I think, yeah. Didn't really have anything I tried to like mimic with this tone, but it was rather something I just enjoyed playing, so and I thought I wanted to share it with you now since I'm leaving the Helix community. I want to thank you all so much for sticking around, and I hope you enjoy my patches, and thank you all for like commenting and using them, and yeah, see you around hopefully. Bye.